Hi, it's Dr. Lynn Hoffman Temple, and it is day 2 of the 30-day energy balancing series. So today we are in my backyard, in my garden, out in nature. Some of you may know that I do a lot of work with oracle cards, oracle decks. I have probably about 100 decks that I use in my library and in my work with my clients, and very much in my own life. And I look for patterns that begin to show themselves, and one of the very, very strong patterns that showed itself today was the idea of really connecting with nature and allowing nature to be the grounding force, and allowing nature to also create equilibrium and help the body come into that place of being able to heal itself back into that space and that time. So in order to really balance us energetically, make sure that our meridians, our chakras, our organs, our endocrines, making sure that our physical, our emotional, our spiritual bodies are all balanced within themselves, but also to our environments and to the energies of the fall or the metal season, if we're looking at it from the 5 elements of a classic traditional Chinese medicine model. So I'm out in the yard. You can see the big spruce tree, the big evergreen that sits in the middle of my backyard. You may actually begin to be able to hear some of the birds. The geese may fly over from the lagoon in the back. But we're going to do our balancing just to all of these energies and aspects of allowing nature to be in connection and communication with us and creating balance for us, and also allowing us to come into balance with the natural energies and expressions of the energies of the fall season. So we're just going to begin by doing the tapping to balance our nervous systems. Hi, Allison. It's great to see you. And just again, as we're doing this, taking a moment to just think about those 3 things that we talked about yesterday, and I'm going to talk about them again if this is your first time seeing one of these balancings. How did you sleep last night? Just thinking about it, becoming present to how long did you sleep? What was the quality of your sleep? Did you wake feeling rested? Just taking a slight inventory of what happened with your sleep. Just closing this energetic circuit to get the brain back online and talking to each other. Tapping over the head, the heart, and the belly button. And then also asking yourself, how much water have I drank today? And we're going to move into the technique which resets our stress levels and our stress threshold. So we're going to take these 2 fingers and we're going to apply gentle pressure to the eyes until we see those little sparks or lights, almost like fireworks inside. Then we're going to gently release the eyeballs, and we're going to find 2 little tender spots underneath the collarbone. And you can easily find those by just coming to the top of the collarbone and then letting your fingers kind of like slide over the edge, and then being like, oh, is that tender? And if it isn't, going down 1 more rib space and asking, is that tender? That's a tender spot for me. You can even try 1 more rib space down. And if you don't feel tender, don't worry. You may not be holding stress in that area. But really what we're also doing here is stimulating the kidneys and the kidney meridian to release any stress that they may be working with right now, that we may be processing on a fight or flight level. So just tapping over the head, over the heart, and over the abdomen. All right, so the next balancing piece that we're going to do is to ensure that our bodies are working with water and using water. So I have my trusty big jug of water that I walk around with all day. We should really be trying to drink about 2 liters of water a day, so that our bodies are able to just be flushing and moving the water through us. And so this technique just allows our bodies to use water and therefore engage with our lymphatic systems and our whole fluid metabolism and our immune system differently. So again, we can put this behind the ears, over the chest, Or if your belly button is handy, just stick it right in your belly button. And we're going to, again, just engage all the layers of mind, body, and spirit in balancing hydration within our bodies, and also to the idea of nature and its healing properties, Mother Earth, and the fall season. And just breathing deeply and knowing that all you actually have to do to receive this balance is breathe deeply. You don't have to follow the tapping or the hand positions. Breathing is all you need to do if this is showing up for you and you're watching it. All right, so we got that water piece all sorted out. Now we want to actually do a little bit of balancing with our biochemistry, or again, working with our immune system. And I have dropped my second half of the Q-tip somewhere in the backyard that I can't find right at this moment. So one of the alternate things that we can do a balance, if we don't have Q-tips with us, is we can use our finger. And so, you know, I can put saliva on my finger and I can put that behind my ear and over my thalamus. And I can still get that same activity in the energetic centers around my saliva. So again, we're going to tap this out. And just breathing deeply. Inhaling and exhaling. And even just noticing, how does the air feel moving through your nostrils, moving into and out of your lungs, and taking some nice deep breaths. Hey Carrie, how's it going? Nice to see you. And we're just about finished tapping this balance out here. Taking a nice deep breath and really engaging the lungs, because the lungs and the large intestine are the organs that we associate most deeply with the metal element. And so we want to make sure that as we're balancing to the metal element, that we're really distributing and activating those lungs. So the third thing to ask yourself as we do this balancing, and as I move into the last little piece here where we're going to get those big joints and some of those energetic centers to just match up and pair up so that we have a container, and that immune system is able to really clearly understand where your energetic boundaries begin and as far as bugs and viruses and illnesses and even things that people may say that may hurt our feelings or strike us deeply. So we're going to so the question, I lost my train of thought there. The question to ask yourself, the third little piece here before we go into the last bit of balancing, is about the bowel movements. Have you had one, and what was it like? And just noticing, just taking a little bit of an inventory about what happens for you about those three things, right? We talked about the idea of how did you sleep? How much water did you drink? And what were your bowel movements like? Did you have one? And so just balancing these matched pairs across the body. To help create alignment and really good communication. And bring the spine into a balanced piece and place. So just tapping that over the head, over the heart, and over the abdomen. So that is our balancing for today, day 2 of day 30. Let me know any questions, any comments, any things that you are noticing out of those 3 questions that we're asking. And I am looking forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Have a great evening.